Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how you can build a car rental website using WordPress and Crocoblock. So that means that it's going to be a dynamic website, which means that you can customize literally any aspects of it to fit your exact business model. Alright, so let's get started with step number 1, hosting and domain name registration. Okay guys, so the very first step is to take care of our hosting and domain name registration. So for this, simply click on the very first link in the description below where it says get hosting here. Now, it's important that you use that link because it will bring you to a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger, which will give you access to 75% discount. And if you use the coupon code MrWeb at checkout, you'll get an extra 10% discount on top. So simply click on this link here. And this is going to bring you to this page. And again, this is a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger. So special prices, obviously, special discount. If you scroll down the page, you'll find different plans. So as you can see, start from only $2.99 per month. Next one up is $3.99, and then the cloud startup is $9.99. So what's the difference between those three? Well, basically is the performances and the speed. So as you can see, this one is standard performance, this one is up to 5 times faster, and this one up to 10 times faster. So now it depends on the amount of resources that you need. If you're only running one website, this one is absolutely fine. Now, if you're running multiple websites and also maybe e-commerce website, you might want to consider either this one or this one, depending on the amount of traffic and visitors that you're expecting every month. And also with Hostinger, you get a lot of free stuff. You get free SSL certificate, free email, and also a free domain name. These options normally are paid with most web hosting companies. So in this case, you get those for free as well. And if you go for the business plan here, you get free CDN as well, Content Delivery Network. Now, obviously, they provide you with daily backup and weekly backup. As you can see, the entry level here is weekly backup, so they will back up your website once a week. If you go for the $3.99 one, you'll get a daily backup as well. So every day you have a full backup of your website. So feel free to select any of those plans. You can start with the $2.99 one, and you can always upgrade to the next one up later down the line if you need more resources. So let's get started with this one here. So click on Add to Cart. And from here, you're going to select your billing cycle. So as you can see, it goes from 12 months to 48 months. Obviously, the longer your billing cycle, the more you're going to save. As you can see, it's $2.99 per month, but here you're going to save $432. Here, $216, and right here, $108. So what does that mean exactly? Well, basically, if you lock in your price at $2.99 for a year, after that, you will renew at $9.99. If you select 24 months, you will renew at $7.99, and 48 months, you will renew at $6.99. So basically, for 4 years, you're going to pay $2.99 per month instead of $6.99. So feel free to select any of those. So let's continue on with the 48 months deal here, okay? So we scroll down the page, you can create your account, you select your payment method, and right here, we have a quick overview of how much it's going to cost you. So as you can see here, the normal price should be $707 down to $176. So this is a massive saving, isn't it? Now I also have a coupon code for you. So here, type in MrWeb. So there you go. And as you can see, the normal price $176.53, including taxes. Now let's apply this. And as you can see, now it's only $158.88. So that means that you get to enjoy a massive discount of 78%. And then after this, proceed to checkout. And now you can log into your account. So let's do this together. So simply enter your email address and password, and let's log in. So this is your Hostinger dashboard. And right here on top, as you can see, you can claim your free domain. So for this, let's click on Claim Domain. And right there, you're going to type the domain name that you want to register. So for instance, your domain name, okay? And then select your extension. As you can see, you have .in for India, .me for personal websites, .com, this is the most popular one, obviously. You also have .net, .xyz, .help, .host. So select the one that suits your type of business. So let's go ahead with .com as an example here. And then we're going to check the availability. So let's click on this. And as you can see, this one is already taken. So you might have to look for a different variation of your domain name. So in our case here, we're just going to try to register Learn with MrWeb, okay, as a .com. So again, let's check the availability. So this one is available. So we're going to claim our domain, okay? So let's do this together. So let's claim our domain. And then by law, you have to enter your details here, obviously, because you have to know who's registering the domain name. So let's click on the next step. So I'm going to fill this out very quickly. So there you go. And now finish registration. Very good. So now let's click continue. Very good. As you can see, the email verification is pending at the moment. So basically go to your mailbox and click on the link that's inside that email. So I've done that already. So now we can refresh. Very good. As you can see now, it's active and verified as well. Now we can set up our server. So we go back home here. So depending on which plan you purchase, maybe premium, business or cloud, you will see one of those sections here, okay? So when it's not set up yet, you will have a button like this one just next to it. So again, it could be premium, business or cloud. Either of those is absolutely fine, you know? So now click on setup. Now we're going to click on start now. And right here, you're going to go through a few different questions. It's like a setup wizard, basically, you know, to help you set up your hosting. So as you can see, you have a few questions here. What are you creating the website for? So you can select either of those, or you can skip altogether. I would advise that you skip this one altogether, you know. Right here, what are you going to do? Are you going to create a new website or migrate a website? Well, in our case, we're going to create a new website. So select this. So do you want to build this with AI or ourselves? Well, we're going to build this ourselves. So just skip this step altogether now. And you're going to select your domains. So normally it should show up automatically, but if you have more than one domain registered, you might click on the drop-down menu and select the one that you want to assign to this, and then click select. And now right here, you're going to select your server. So this should be normally the nearest either to you or to your target audience. So let's say if you're based in United States, selling to people in the United States, well, you select either of those two here. But maybe you're based in the United States, maybe selling exclusively in Europe, in which case you might select one of those servers here, okay? So because we're based in Ireland here, we can select either Netherlands or maybe United Kingdom. So United Kingdom should be nearest. So let's click on this and now we click change. Very good. And now we're going to finish our setup. So as you can see, now it's taking care of everything. We can see the progress line. So now as you can see, it's installing the SSL certificate for us automatically. Very good. So we're done already. As you can see, well done. You are ready. So from here, you can either go and see your website. So we don't need that because we haven't built anything yet. So we're going to go back to our control panel. Okay, so let's click on manage site. There you go. And we're back to our dashboard now. So now from here, we're going to create an email address and also we're going to install WordPress on our server. So first, as you can see, it says free email setup is not finished. So let's click on the manage here. Very good. So as you can see, I have paid plans as well. I would go with the free one. Absolutely no problem with this, you know. So I'll click select. So let's create our email address, so maybe info@. You're going to enter your password and then a recovery email just in case. I'm just going to put hello@mrweb.tv, okay? And now we're going to create our new account. And there you go. As you can see, we have a new email address now and you can access it using the webmail. So if you click on this, you can open this in a new tab. So this is your email address, enter your password as well and click login. And there you go. As you can see, this is your mailbox, basically inbox and sent and spam and archive. So basically you can access all your emails immediately from here. And now we can go back to our dashboard. Okay, so from here, we're going to install WordPress. So right here, you have website, click on this, expand. And as you can see, you have WordPress and auto installer. This is the one we need to click on. Okay, so click on auto installer. And now for this type of project, we just need WordPress. We don't need WooCommerce. WooCommerce is an e-commerce platform. We just need WordPress on its own. So what we're going to do is click on this, so select. So first, let's enter the website title. So maybe learn with Mr. Web. Make sure the admin email is correct and then create a username and a password as well. Now we move to the next step. So right here, you can select if you want automatic updates or not. So it is advised to use this option here, update only to minor version, but that's really up to you. If you want to automatically update to the newest version, you can select this one here altogether. Again, that's really up to you, okay? And then click install. And there you go, guys. You can see this is done already. So we have everything installed, you know, Lightspeed cache, object cache, SSL certificate. So now you can edit your website by clicking on this button here. So I'll click on that, it will open up in a new tab and this will give us access to our WordPress dashboard. Excellent, so welcome to your WordPress dashboard. So the first step now is to install our theme and all the essential plugins. So for this, we're going to use Crocoblock. Excellent. So if you're watching this between the 21st and the 29th of May 2024, as you can see, Crocoblock just turned 6. So this is their anniversary and they provide up to 40% off. So this is a great discount to be enjoyed, obviously, you know. So what is Crocoblock exactly? As you can see, this is the ultimate toolkit for building websites with WordPress. But more specifically, if you scroll down the page, you can see is to build dynamic WordPress websites with no code. So what are dynamic websites? Well, as you can see here, you can create custom post types, taxonomies, relations, options pages, forms, and create dynamic page templates as well, and so on and so on. So once you have Crocoblock Crocoblock installed on your website, you'll be able to insert dynamic content like dynamic images, dynamic term, dynamic link, dynamic field, tags, meta, and also functions. And the end result basically is to build the website that you want exactly the way you want, with all these different terms, relations, taxonomies, and custom post types. So this is a real solution to build custom solutions. Okay, so today, like we said, we're going to build a car rental website. So this is the one here. If you go to solutions, car rental booking, click on this, and as you can see, this is basically a ready-made template that you can use. But again, this is fully customizable. So everything on the website can be customized, including the custom post types, the taxonomies, and every field on your website, including all the forms. So you can customize this exactly the way you run your business. Okay, so let's consider the price now. Very good. So as you can see at the moment, again, from the 21st to the 29th of May, you get special discounts, 35% here and 30% on those ones. So there are different ways of buying Crocoblock. You can buy this on a yearly basis. You can see those two here, or on a freelance lifetime. So that means once-off payment, and that's basically it. Okay. So as you can see right here, it starts at $129 per year or $259 per year. So this is for unlimited project, and this one is for one project only. So clearly this seems more advantageous unless you only have one website. Feel free to select this one. So again, this is a special price for their birthday, obviously, no anniversary. So right here is normally $199, $399, okay? And these two here, as you can see, $525 now instead of $750, and $699 instead of $999. So this is the one that we have ourselves, the unlimited project lifetime. This is the one we got. I'm super happy with it. You know, you can build unlimited project. So if you run a web agency or something like this, this is probably the most advantageous one. And again, 30% discount. Instead of 1,000, it's only 700 at the moment. So feel free to purchase any of those plans. And then once you're done, we can go to our account here. And as you can see, this is where you have access to all your different plugins, so Jet Element, Jet Tabs, Jet Review, and so on and so on. So you could start something from scratch and download exactly the essentials that you need. Or I'm going to show you an easier way. We have the Crocoblock wizard here. So just download this one here on its own, okay? Download this on your hard drive, and then you can go back to your WordPress dashboard. And from here, we go to plugins, add new plugin, upload plugin, and then select the plugin we just downloaded from the Crocoblock website. So this should be called Crocoblock Wizard, and then open, install, and then activate the plugin. Excellent, so we can get started with the wizard now. So let's go. And now obviously they want to make sure this is a genuine copy that you have, so you have to enter your license key. So if you go back to your account here and scroll down the page, as you can see, you have your purchase details, and this is your Crocoblock membership. So click on this one, view details, and it will reveal your license key. Obviously, I'm not going to do that on screen to keep it private, but this is basically how you can access it. And then go back here, enter your license key, and click Get Started. And then next, we're going to select Full Crocoblock Installation, Install. And right here, we have to select the theme that you want to use. So as you can see, you have Canva here. So this is their own theme. So this is the most compatible one. But feel free to select any other. These are all the popular ones, as you can see, Astra, GeneratePress, Hello, Ocean WP, and Blocksy as well. So in this instance, we're just going to select Canva because, like I said, this is their own theme. So it's optimized for Crocoblock, obviously, you know. So install. And then here you have continue with parent theme or child theme. I would highly recommend you select this one, meaning that you can make hard-coded changes to your theme, and then you can still update it in the future. So this is probably the best option here. And then continue. Excellent. And now we need to select our template. As you can see, you have dynamic templates and design templates. So in our case, this is a dynamic website we're going to build. So scroll down the page until you find the one that's called Rent Go. So this is the one here. And then simply click Start Installation. So as you can see, you can install the required plugins or extra plugins as well. So these are basically extra plugins if you wanted to add features to your website. So as you can see, you have Jet Appointments if you wanted to add appointments, maybe Jet Reviews if you want to allow your visitors to review your services or things like this, okay? But for now, we're just going to go ahead with all the essential plugins and let's click Continue. Very good, so all the plugins are installed now, and now you can import the demo content. So append demo content or replace my existing content. So if this is your first time installing Crocoblock and importing the demo content, like we are doing now, obviously it would be append. Now, if you've done that a few times, you might click replace my existing content, okay? So in our case here, it's a clean, fresh installation. So append demo content, continue, and there you go. So this is started now. Excellent, so all is done now, so we can continue. And as you can see now, it will optimize everything for us, regenerating the thumbnail. So we have to wait a few more minutes now, and then we can start configuring our website. Excellent. As you can see, we are all set now. So let's have a look at our website in the front end. So hover on the title, visit site, open in a new tab, and let's see what it looks like. And wow, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? We have our booking system here, and then all the cars available for rental. So now let me show you how you can customize everything here to fit your own business model, okay? So let's do that together. So we go back to the WordPress dashboard. Very good. So by the side here, as you can see, we have a section called cars, and in the cars we have the body type, class, and also location. So let's start with this, because this is the main essential feature of our website, is to rent cars. So we have to upload our own cars, obviously, you know. So how do you create this, and where is this exactly? Well, this is part of what is called Jet Engine. So Jet Engine is basically the main plugin to create custom post type and everything else. So as you can see, we have post types, we have taxonomies, meta boxes, listings, also relations, etc. So we're not going to use all the different features here, but mainly post types, taxonomies, and also listings. So what are these exactly? How does it work? Well, it's very simple. So again, we go back here. As you can see, I have cars. So this is our main category, and this is actually called here a post type. Okay, so if you click on this, this is where you have a post type. So as you can see, we have cars, so exactly the same way we have it here. Okay, so let's click on this together now. So the name of your post type is cars, like we have here, obviously, you know, and this is the slug. So this is what will display after the trailing slash. So if you go on your website here and click on any of those cars, as you can see, you have car rentals, your domain name. So learnwithmrweb.com/cars, and then the name of the listing or the car itself. So that's basically what the slug is here. Do not change this. If you change that, it will affect the whole website. So if you scroll down the page, you have all these meta fields. So you have passenger, large bags, year, engine capacity. So these are all the details of the car itself. So what is this exactly? Okay, so if you go to cars, right here, okay, cars, and then I'm going to open this in a new tab. So these are all the cars we have for rent, available for rental, okay? If you click on any of them, right here we have the title, a short description, and right here you can see you have all the different settings, which are basically all the different set of information required. So you have passenger, large bag, and year. And as you can see here, if you go back to the bottom here, we have passenger, large bag, and year, okay? And this one is engine capacity, transmission consumption. We have engine capacity, transmission consumption. So that's basically what these are. And again, you can customize this as you see fit. You can add some, you can remove some, or just customize the existing one and maybe change the name. So for instance, here we have passengers and large bag. So maybe luggage capacity, I would say, instead of large bag, okay? If you go back here, open this, you can change this. So luggage capacity, and then update. And then if you go to the front end and refresh, you will find it exactly like this. You can see luggage capacity. So this is how you can update the name here if you wanted to. So if you scroll down, you can see that this one, the field width is 33.3%, and this is 33.3, so 1/3 of the width. So we have 1, 2, 3 across, obviously, and it's the same with the other two. As you can see, if I go to year, it's 33.3. And this one is also 33.3. So you can select different width. You have 100%, so full width, 3/4, and so on and so on. Okay, so feel free to select any of those, and then you can select the type of field. So object type field, and the type of field, you have text, date, time, date time, text area. We have check boxes, we have radio button, and select, which are the more popular ones, and then number if it's just a numeral, obviously, you know. So that's basically what it is. These are called meta field. So if you close this, if you don't need some of them, you can just delete them. You know, transmission, maybe this is necessary, consumption, maybe not. This is up to you. Drivetrain, you know, maybe you can delete this altogether and get rid of it, you know, and it will not show up in the front end. And then the other way around, if you wanted to add one, all you have to do is click on new meta field, and right here you type the name of the field, okay, and then you will create the name ID automatically. The type object type is field, and here you select which one you want, you know, maybe select, in which case you can enter option 1 and then copy this, Control-C, Control-V, and perhaps option 2. Okay, Control-C, Control-V, and let's create option 3 as well while we're at it. Okay, option 3, Control-3, and there you go. So update. Very good. Now if you go back here and refresh, and if you scroll down the page, you will find name of the field, option 1, and obviously this one is 100%, so it's taking the full width, okay? So this is how you can add a field to your actual vehicle here for rental. So I'm just going to delete this one here, obviously, So let's go back here, delete, yes, and then save again. So this is how you can create your custom post types. So if you go back to the top now, you go to advanced settings. I'm going to show you something here. So if you go back here, this looks like a WordPress blog post because it's using the block editor at the minute, okay? So if you click on this, you can see you can add blocks and all that. So this is not really suitable, I think, personally myself, when it comes to uploading listings online. So what you can do maybe is go here, scroll down the page, and you will find something that's called editor. Remove that altogether. Delete that and update. Now let's go back here and refresh. And as you can see, this is more user-friendly because here you don't add fields and all that. It's not the block editor. It's literally like a listing that you can upload yourself. You can see all the different fields. And now I think visually it's more user-friendly this way. Now again, this is really up to you. You can decide whichever way you want. If you want to use it, like we said, just delete it from here. If you want to add it, obviously you can add the editor and save again, okay? So for now, we're just going to remove it. I think it's more user-friendly that way. Okay, so let's go to the car section here, our post type. So as you can see, I have cars. And then underneath, you can break this down in different categories. You have location, class, and body types. So what is this? Well, these are called taxonomies. So again, jet engine, taxonomies this time. As you can see, you can find them here, body type, class, and location. So obviously, you will need location for your type of business. If you're renting cars, obviously they will go by location. Maybe you have a location in different cities, maybe different countries, whichever way it is, okay? So if you click on location now, as you can see, this is the taxonomy name and the slug again after the / and this is applied to which type of post? As you can see, cars, or you could select anything, but in our case, obviously this will apply here to cars and we'll have the location, obviously, And after this, but basically save, okay? And now let me show you the difference with this. So if you go to location, this is how you add them. As you can see, you put the name, the slug, you can add a description if you wanted to, then add new tag. So as you can see at the moment, we have Arizona, Arkansas, California, what do we have? Illinois, and so on. So these are basically for the American market, for the US. You can break this down in different states, but maybe you operate within one country, okay? So let's say you're based in the UK as an example, you could have London, okay? So just type London and then add new tag, and maybe Manchester, add new tag, Birmingham, add new tag, let's say Leeds, add new tag, and so on, obviously, And as you add them, they show up here by the side. As you can see, London, Manchester, Birmingham, and Leeds. So add as many as you want, and you can delete the others, obviously, So at the moment, you can see Arizona here. You have 4 listings attached to it. Arkansas, 4 listings attached to it. So obviously, as you go along and build your website, this will disappear, obviously, And you have to relink them and attach them to the specific location. But let's go through this step by step, okay? So this is your location now. So let's have a look at class and body type. So if you go back here, again, we go to our taxonomies. You have class and body type. So if you go to class, this is the same principle, taxonomy name, the slug, and this is attached to the car section here. Obviously, will display here underneath. So again, if you go back here and go to class now, you can add them here, okay? So you just add your name, slug, description, and right here, as you can see, we have the image as well. So let's go back to this one. If you scroll down the page, this one has what is called a meta field as well, okay? And this is basically an image field. So as you can see, field type, media meaning this could be a picture or a video. This is what media is, okay? And right here, when you upload this, you'll be able to add an image. So why is this? Why do you have an image here? So let's click on economy here as an example. So when you upload your classes, as you can see, you have the name, the slug, and then the image. So if you go to the front end, and let's have a look here, okay? So you have location, let's go maybe Arkansas, and then vehicle type economy, and then search. Right here on top, as you can see, you have the small image here, which will help your visitors visualize what the economy class is, or intermediate, or standard and luxury, obviously, This is the image here that will be uploaded. So that's basically how the classes work. And then finally, we have, again, in taxonomies, We have the body type. And again, this is the taxonomy name. This is the slug. And this applies to car. Obviously, it'll be underneath here. And if you go back there and go to body type, as you can see, you have crossover, hatchback, minivan, and sedan. And again, if you just wanted to add one, it's very simple. Just type SUV as an example, add category, and that's basically it, okay? And let's put this to the test quickly. Add a new car here, open a new tab. And as you can see, now we have the body type here, SUV as well. So this is basically how you can create your custom post types on the cars and also your taxonomies. Now, if you scroll down the page, you will find a section called pricing settings. As you can see, this is the price per day or per night. And then you can add your rates and also add weekends and add special seasonal pricing. So how does this work and where do you find this? Well, this is part of a different plugin that's called booking. You'll find here by the side, okay? So as you can see, you have the settings. I'm going to open this again in a new tab and show you this. So there you go. So in the general tab, as you can see, booking mode plain, and it will apply to what exactly, which post type? Well, as you can see, this will apply to our cars, okay? So this is a new listing in the car section. This is what we did. We said add new car. And if you scroll down, this field, this section will be added to our structure here, okay? And then if you go back here, if you go to configuration here, you can set the booking either per day or per night. So technically speaking, I think for car rental, it should be per day. If it's a hotel booking or room booking, it's probably per night, you know. So in our case, we're going to keep this the way it is. And then we go to schedule here. As you can see, yeah, weekday booking rules, and you can add days off as well. So let's say if you don't operate on Sundays or Saturdays, you could use this to add days off. And maybe as well, you could use this table here, okay? So as you can see, weekday booking rule, you can disable altogether for Sunday and Saturday. But technically speaking, I think rental companies are open 24/7, 365. And then the same for check-in, check-out. You can disable this if you wanted to as well, okay? And then you have days off. So maybe you're on holiday at some stage or something, you can add this here. Or maybe bank holiday weekends or something like this. But again, I think for car rentals, normally it's 24/7. You're working all the time anyways, you know, so it makes no difference. But I'm just showing you the option here if you wanted to make use of it, obviously. So let's go back to our cars here. As you can see, the pricing setting. So first, you're going to add the rates. Now for this, as you can see, if I click on it, you cannot change anything yet because we have to create the product first, the car, okay? So let's go ahead with one. So let's say maybe Dacia Jogger, okay? So this is up to 7 passenger and maybe luggage capacity. I think the boot is quite small. So let's say maybe 2, okay? The year would be 2024, brand new car. Engine capacity, I think, is 1 liter. Now this would be manual consumption, very light. Let's say maybe 8 liters to the 100. Color, you can select the color. So let's go maybe with, I don't know, like blue or something, you know, exterior color. So let me do that very quickly, okay? And then you can add the media, okay? So this is your media gallery, so the pictures, okay? So as you can see, you have those here, and you can upload your own, obviously. So select file, and I found one here online. So there it is. So open, and then add. Very good. And does it have air conditioning? It does, and sat nav as well, okay? So now we need to go back on top here and then select which type of body. So I think this is probably hatchback. It is, yeah. The class you can select here or whatever, you know. So let's say this is economy as well. There you go. And the location you can select, okay. So let's say this is mostly, I'm going to go with California, okay. Oh no, we said we had London as well. London. Okay, we can add Manchester, Leeds. And what did we have again? Birmingham, I think. There you go. Okay, so you can add them. There you go. This is our 4 locations. And you have the featured image. So the gallery, basically, these are additional pictures. So let me show you in the front end exactly what I mean. If you click on this, this is your featured image. This is the one that's basically displaying in the front end as well. This is the featured image, okay? So this is the best image to show. And these are your galleries. So these are additional features. So maybe inside and all that, okay? So back to our car here, featured image. And let's select the exact same, okay? So add this. Very good. So now we can publish. Publish, that means we saved it, okay? And now we can add the rate, okay? So let's say maybe this one is $60 per day, okay? And then we can add the rate. As you can see, this is done now. This has been added. And let's put this to the test. Okay, again, publish, update. Now go back to the front end and refresh. Excellent. Scroll down the page. And there you go. This is our Dacia here. Okay, so click on this. Very good. So we have the image, all the details. That looks very professional, doesn't it? And if you wanted to book this, it would cost you $60 per day. So if you click on this, as you can see, you can select maybe from the 21st to the 22nd, 2 days. So technically 60 times 2 is $120. Okay. Now let's add an extra few features. So if you go back at the bottom here, you have add weekend and add seasonal price as well. So I'm going to add weekend. Okay. So let's say Sunday and Saturday, instead of 65, it's 70. Okay. There's more people coming during the weekend. Take advantage of it, make more money. There you go. Okay. And then you have seasonal prices as well. So I'm going to add here maybe July and August. Okay. And then here for July and August, we go to 80 even because it's holiday season, obviously. You have all the holiday makers coming in and you want to enjoy that. So start date, let's pretend this is from July the 1st to perhaps August, the 31st of August, just like this. Okay. So now we're going to update again. And let's go back to our page and refresh. So again, as we said, 60 per day. Now let's say this is during the weekend. So we go from Saturday and Sunday, 2 days. We said this is 70, as you can see, times 2, that's 140. And now let's pretend we're going to book this from July the 1st to July the 2nd. And as you can see, 160 because it's $80 per day. So now we have the holiday season that's applying. So as you can see, $80 per day instead. So as you can see right here, it says $60 per day. So this seems a bit misleading. Maybe you should have starting from, $60 per day. I'm going to show you how you can customize your page as well. And right here we have the additional options. So where is this exactly? Okay, let me show you now. Okay, so we go back to our WordPress dashboard. And for this, we're going to open 2 different tabs like I have here. Okay, and I'm going to show you how this works. So basically the first one, we go to Crocoblock and then Theme Builder. Very good. As you can see, you have CPT archive. So this is for your cars. And this is CPT single. So this is your single landing page, which is this one here. Okay. And this is what we need to customize. So we have the content here and also a form here by the side. This is a booking form. Okay. So if you go here, as you can see, CPT single car, and we're going to open the content of the single car. So edit content. It will open up in a new tab again. As you can see, this is it. Okay. This is where you can customize the whole content. And here by the side, if you click on this, this is part of a form, Jet Form, okay? So this we're going to open in another tab. And for this, we go to Jet Form Builder, click on this. And this is the one, single page booking form. Click on that. Excellent. And now let me show you how you can customize this, okay? So if you go to the front end and let's add some feature here. So as you can see, this is 80 per day. So 160, 80 per day, 2 days. And if I add child seats, it's 13 times 2. So as you can see, it just added 26 on top, as you can see. Okay, so 26 on top, and maybe a roof rack or a trailer here, maybe added 40. As you can see, 160, now it's 200. So basically, these are per day. They will multiply. Now maybe you have items like a, I don't know, booster seat. You just want to charge them once, maybe just $5, and that's it. Now, when it comes to a trailer, understand this makes sense because this is an additional item that you add to the car. So it's basically 2 units. So this should be per day. This makes sense. But I think for child seats or booster seats or something like this, it should be normally once-off payment. It's an additional payment maybe for the whole duration. So whether you stay 2 days or a whole week or 15 days or whatever, it should pay only $5, let's say. So let me show you how you can customize this as well. So again, we go to our form here, and right here, as you can see, this is the pickup date, return date. So these are basically fields, okay? As you can see, this is your field label. So this is the date, this is the return date, okay? Here we have additional options. So if you click on this, this is basically a title, but underneath it, we have an input label. So this type of label is a checkbox field, and you can select a few different options. So again, like we said, I think when it comes to booster seats and things like this, and GPS should just include it normally. It's in the car, you know. And roof rack, this could be an additional one as well. So I think roof rack and booster seats should be once-off payment. And the trailer, because this is additional, and maybe caravan as well, this could be per day. This would make more sense, okay? So let me show you how you can customize this. So we go to manage items, and right here with the booster seat, we can delete this, okay? Remove. Baby seat, let's remove this one as well. We have GPS sat nav, this is normally built in. So we're gonna keep the trailer and maybe customize this one here. And this one we're gonna put maybe caravan, okay? So here instead of roof rack, maybe small caravan or something like this. And then you can copy and paste this, Control C, Control V, And a small caravan should be more expensive, maybe 45 per day. And this one here as well, 45. And the value should be 45. Okay, so update. Let's click this. Let's go back here and refresh. Very good. So as you can see, these are additional options, and this is obviously per day, which makes more sense now, okay? But now you want to add the booster seats and maybe the roof rack as well, which is mounted here on top. We go back here, and then what we can do is basically fetch this one here, okay? And then duplicate it. It's probably easier, so duplicate. And right here at the bottom, we're going to change the content, okay? So again, manage items. And then close this one, edit the first one, okay? So this one, we said a small caravan. We're going to call this booster seat. And then copy and paste this where needed, just underneath, the Control C. So we need to change this here as well. It's not per day, it's just 5 and 5, okay? Very good. And let's change the other one here. So this would be maybe a booster seat or roof rack. Yeah, roof rack. Roof rack again. So this is maybe a 10er, okay? And again, this is 10 and then 10 here, okay? So click update now, and now we can save this, okay? So let's go to the front end and refresh. And once you have refreshed your page, as you can see, we have the price here. So it's not working anymore. As you can see, nothing is working. Why is that? It's because we have to customize the formula now, including those here, obviously, you know. So if you go back here and scroll down the page, you will find this section here. So this is where you calculate the total price. So how does the formula work? That looks a bit like complicated, but always very simple. If we fetch this one here as an example, it says percentage field, semicolon, semicolon, and then the name of the field, additional services. If you go back on top here, click on this. This is basically the name of the field, okay? Additional underscore services. And this is exactly what we have here, okay? So now we can add the new one, basically, okay? So this one is also called additional services. As you can see, we have a warning sign. We need to rename this, okay? So I'm going to put here once-off services, okay? So let's select this, Control C. Now we go back here. And we're going to paste it here, Control V, okay? And now we can fetch the beginning here. So I'm going to select this, okay? Control C, put this at the front and add a % at the end. So this is the field added. So what do you want to do with this? Well, we want to add this to the total price. So here we have the field additional services multiplied by the amount of days, which is correct, okay? And then we want to add this towards the end because this is one single cost, okay? So let's try this out, make sure we have it right. So update, go back to the front end and refresh. There you go. As you can see, we have the price being calculated. So between the 23rd of the 5th to the 25th, so this is 2 days, okay? So 190. Now if I add a roof rack, as you can see, 190 will add just $10 on top. And maybe a $5. As you can see, these are added individually. But if I select, for instance, a trailer, as you can see, this is per day immediately, you know, per day. And now 250, if I just want the roof rack, that's an extra $10. Okay, so this is how you can work things out. You have your formula here, and you can add as many fields as you want and insert them into your formula as well. Okay, so that's step number 1 now. So this is our listing taken care of. So now let me show you how you can change all the content of your page here. So this is basically dynamic content. How can you fetch this from the database and display them in the front end? And maybe you can customize this as well and add starting from and then the price. Okay, so for this, again, we go back to the Elementor page here that we opened together. And right here, as you can see, if I click on this item, this is a service and it will fetch a custom field. Okay, so this is basically dynamic content. And right here as well, exterior color, this is the title. And then we have a custom field. And if I click on this, as you can see, this is the name of the listing, dynamic field as well, and we're going to fetch the title. So how does this work? So it was very simple actually. So let me show you. So again, let's start with this one. This is the title of our listing. So this is fetched from the post itself. As you can see, you can select metadata, query variable, and so on. In our case, this is the post itself. And what are we going to fetch? As you can see, this is basically the title. Okay. So if I wanted to change this, maybe put the slug. As you can see, this is a slug with all the hyphens in it, you know, and then maybe the content itself. Actually, this is the content of the listing, okay? And all we need here basically is the title. As you can see, this is driven dynamically. You have 2016, so this is the date. Again, this is a dynamic field, but this time it's a metadata because it's part of the content itself. These are the added fields to the post themselves, okay? And here you can select whatever you want. As you can see, you have luggage capacity. As you can see, 1, how many passengers you can have. And basically here we want the year, okay? So now, like we said, as you can see, we have passengers, luggage capacity. Maybe you prefer to have this visually with an icon. So this is why they were added here as services. Okay, so here you can add an icon, you can put the title, and here the content underneath is basically fetched dynamically. So if you click on this, as you can see, you will select the field under cars, passenger, but again, you could select whatever you want. As you can see, you could add the year here and maybe change the icon altogether. Again, this is really up to you. You can customize this whichever way you prefer, obviously. So let's keep it the way it is. I think it's fine the way it is, obviously. And it's the same with those ones here. You have the overview. So here it's slightly different. We have a bit of text here, no icons, and then we're going to fetch our field dynamically as well. Exterior color, fuel drive, drivetrain, etc. And that's basically all there is to it. Okay, so here we have the description. So if you click on this, again, this is a dynamic field. This is taken from our post, and this time it is the content. Okay, so this is the description, and we have the image gallery again as well, metadata, and then the gallery. So that's basically how you can customize your page here and display all the items dynamically. So pretty simple and pretty straightforward, I think. Now those items here, if you wanted to change the color as well, as you can see, if you go to style, you have general, you have header, icon, title, and all of these are customizable separately, obviously. So let's change our title color as an example here. All you have to do is go to title, and then you can change the color and then select any color that you want. As you can see now, if I select red, it will display in red. Now I can go back and then cancel this, or you can change the font as well. So if you go to typography here, you can select your font, the font size, and the weight. So maybe I want this to be perhaps thin. As you can see, this is thinner, or maybe ultra black or something like this. Okay, so feel free to select any options that you want. You can customize everything here as you see fit, obviously. Now by the side, as you can see, you have the price, like we said. So if you click on this, this is a headline, and again, this is going to fetch the price. So if I delete this, let's create this together. As you can see, free cancellation up per day. So this is a dynamic field. Let's click on this. And this is not part of Jet Engine. This is part of our booking system, okay? And here we need to select the price per day and per night. Very good. And as you can see in the front end, we have the .00 afterwards. So we can do that very easily as well. So right here, we go to advanced. And then after, we're going to add .00, okay? Very good. So that looks nice. Now we could add something in front. There is actually an option here. If you go back to your settings here and you get before, you could type maybe, I'm going to just put XXX here to show you. But the problem is it will be the exact same size as the price, which is not really nice, is it? What we want to add is starting from, and for this, we're going to add an additional widget. So if you go to all your widgets here, you're going to select a text editor and then drag and drop it just underneath it. As you can see, you have the pink line and then drop it, okay? And here replace the text with starting from, okay? Very good. Now we go to style. We're going to change the size. We're going to make it a little bit smaller. This is too big. So maybe like this, okay? Maybe 10. Yeah, that sounds fine. And then we can change the color as well to white. So we'll go to white, just like this, okay? Don't worry, it will disappear for a moment, but we're gonna bring it up a little bit. So for this, we go to advanced, we have margin. So you're gonna unlink the values, okay? And right here on top, we're gonna give it a negative value, and it will go up, as you can see. And then position it just on top, maybe like this, minus 73, 72. And then from the left, we're going to add a positive margin to slide it slightly right on top. And now we have starting from, and then $25 per day, okay? Now click update. Let's go back to the front end and let's refresh. Very good. As you can see now, the price is starting from 25 per day. And if they select a weekend value, for instance, Saturday and Sunday, it will increase the value accordingly, obviously, So that's basically it. So we've taken care of our landing page, our booking system. So now let me show you how you can customize the front page, okay? The home page here. So we have the main header here, the hero section. We have a booking form here. And then if you scroll down the page, you can see all the different listings. So how can you customize this to your liking? Well, very simply, we go back to our WordPress dashboard again. And then from here, we go to pages, all pages, and locate the front page, which is right here. And now we can edit with Elementor. Again, I'm going to open this in a new tab so we have access to everything, okay? So let's have a look, okay? Very good. So this is the exact same page, and now we can customize this, obviously. So if you go to the front end, you may have noticed that there's a missing logo here, which should be normally here. If you go to the demo here, you will notice that it's normally right there, bang on in the middle. So let's start with this, okay? Because obviously the logo will set the trend and the colors of your website. So we might need this as well. And for this, we go back here and we go to our Crocoblock theme builder. And I can edit the header for front page. So click on this and then edit content. Very good. So it's right here, okay? So if you click on it, you can see this is an image. And then now we can add our own image. So let's click on this and now let's upload our own file, select file. So I have two types, white one and dark one. So let's upload both of them. And we're going to select, obviously here, it would be better with the white one. So I'm going to select this one and select. Very good. And then update. And let's try this, okay? Go back to the front end and refresh. So this is not displaying here. So for this, we have to go back to our conditions here. We'll go to the theme builder and front page here, click on those three dots and you have the edit condition. And as you can see, this is to set the rule basically to include on a singular page, which page. And as you can see, there's no page selected here. So this is why, okay? So click front page, save. Very good. Now let's go back here and try it, refresh. Okay, so as you can see, this is way too big. So for this, we have to go back to our page here and then click on this and then resize this, resize it basically, okay? So we could maybe have it about this size and then we can update. And let's go back here and refresh. Very good. So as you can see now, it's by the side. Maybe you want it in the middle as well. Then we have a little bit of gap here on top. So we can change this, obviously. If you go back here now, I'm going to click on our main section here. And we're going to convert this to a container. It's much easier, Flexbox container. Click on this. So this is now a Flexbox container. So we can delete this one. This is basically the same, but we have more control with Flexbox container. So now what we're going to do is to click on the container here inside. And we're going to select the direction, so horizontal, and we're going to center this just like this, okay? And then we can update. So let's go back to the front end. And as you can see, we still have a bit of gap here on top. So now we need to change this. So for this, we go to the page itself, the home page, okay? So here we have main heading, main section. So if you edit the section itself, if you go to advanced, we can change the margin here on top, which is obviously too big, So now bring this up a little bit. No, it's too short, actually, it's the other way around. So maybe minus 110, and that looks okay now, okay? So if you click update, go back to the front end and make sure this is working fine. And there you have it. Now we have the logo right in the middle. And now we can customize the rest of our page. So the image here in the background, obviously. So I'll go back here. So this is part of our main section as well. If you go to layer, to style, sorry, this is where the image is. And now you can replace that with your own. So click on it. Upload file, select file. So I found one here online with a few cars lined up, So open and then select and see what it looks like. So this is not too bad. But as you can see now with this image, obviously the logo doesn't stand on. So you might want to change the logo as well accordingly, or you can select another picture altogether. So let's upload another one now. So I found another one online. So upload, select file, and this is it. As you can see, this should display properly with the logo as well. And then select. Very good. So this is a lot better already. And obviously you have to play around, and find the exact logo that you want. Now you can customize how the image is displaying as well. So if you go to image resolution here, as you can see, a full, and then you position as well, center. So if I was to change this, maybe center right, as you can see, we'll slightly push it to the right, or maybe top center. This is really up to you, depending on type of image that you have. I think center will look a lot better here, obviously, And then how do you want to display cover? Auto, as you can see, with contain as well. So this will be contained, but now obviously if the width is larger than the height, it will not show properly. So maybe the best here would be cover, because you can see it will take the full height and full width accordingly, okay? So I think this is fine. And now let's customize this here as well. So as you can see, our main colors here is dark blue and green. So maybe you can change the button here as well, So click on this, and now we can change the style. We're going to change the color here, and then you can type the hexadecimal value, okay? Just like that. There you go. This is our green. Now you can change the text color as well, and if you hover on top, as you can see, it's changing color, which is blue, which is not maybe suitable for us. Let's add maybe our actual blue that comes with our logo. So we click on hover here, and we're going to add the background color. And this one, I'm going to fetch the other color, which is our blue. And this is the actual color, the blue, okay, from our logo. And there you go. Now if you hover on top, it goes from 1 to the other. Now let's take care of the heading here. Find and book a great deal today. I think this is absolutely fine. It's just to show you how this works. As you can see, find and book, and then we have this code here, PR. This is basically carriage return, as if you were to hit enter on your keyboard, okay? And then this will be displaying on the second line. Now, if you remove this, it doesn't make much difference, but it's just easier to read. That's the only reason why we put a BR here. Find and book, and then a great deal today. Now you can customize this as well, obviously. You can go to style, you can change the color, you can change the font size. Again, you go to typography, you can change the weight, you can change the size as well, or whatever you want, But I think it's fine here, maybe in bold, and yes, maybe just bold, just like this. It's good enough, So right here underneath, we have our select filter. So how does this work, a filter? Okay, so let me show you now. So this is the next step. So we go back to our WordPress dashboard, and this time we go to smart filters. And as you can see, you have all these different filters here. So how do these work? Very simple again. So we go back here. This one is called search hierarchy. And we click on search hierarchy, click on this. So you have the title, search hierarchy. The type of field, this is select. So if you go back here, as you can see, these are drop-down menus, okay? If you click on it, it will show the content as a drop-down menu. So this is select, but you could have range, you could have check boxes, check filter, date range, and so on and so on. But in our case here, obviously for the front end, this is the best option, obviously, And then here underneath, is it hierarchical, meaning that it can be broken down in section, subsection, subsection, and so on, which is the case in here, And right here, as you can see, where the filter hierarchy. So hierarchy, as I said, we start from the location, and then only after you've selected the location, it will move on to the vehicle class. So if you go here, as you can see, if I go to vehicle class, it's not going to show me anything unless I select a location first. So if I were to select Arkansas, now I can select economy or standard, because those two are available in Arkansas. Now if I go to, let's say we had Leeds, okay, now there's only economy, because remember, the only listing we uploaded was the Dacia Jogger, which is actually an economy car, okay? So this is basically how this works. So it's very handy, isn't it? So let's go back here for a minute. And let's say if you wanted to add an additional field. So maybe you go from location, then vehicle class, and maybe you can select the body type after this, okay? So add new, and I'm going to say body type, okay? Placeholder, we're going to say body type as well. And then we're going to select our taxonomy. So let's scroll down here and let's find it. So this is the body type, okay? So let's click update, go back to the front end, refresh. Okay, and as you can see, now you have body type. So if I click on this, it's not going to show up anything. Same here. But now if I select Arkansas and then economy, now I can select crossover, minivan, or sedan, as you can see, okay? So this is how you can break things down and help your visitors find exactly what they're looking for. Now let's go back to our page and scroll down. And as you can see, get our rental cars. So maybe you could change this to something else. Maybe our selection of cars, or something like that. And then right here, as you can see, you have economy, you have intermediate, you have standard. So again, these are custom fields. If you click on this, as you can see, this is a headline, and we have a dynamic function again. So which one is it fetching here? Well, this is the minimum value. So starting from, obviously, so it's going to fetch the minimum value. But as you can see, you have count, maximum value, average value, and summed value. So technically here, it should be minimum value. Fetching this from post meta, and we're going to fetch the price, obviously, So this is very simple. Now here, as you can see, you can click on this, and this widget here is called listing grid. So what is that exactly? Well, a listing grid is going to display the listing of all your cars that are created in the backend based on certain conditions. So right here, as you can see, we're going to display 3 columns, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to display a maximum of 12 posts all together. And as you can see, you can go from one to the other and slide left to right or right to left. So how do you create your listings here? Well, technically speaking, you only have to design one of them. As you can see, we have an orange, yellowish outline here outside. So this is to edit the single one, but I'm going to show you how to do that externally, okay? So how can you create a listing and how can you design the layout? Well, again, we go back to the WordPress dashboard. And as you guessed it, we go to Jet Engine, and this time we go to listings, okay? Right, so right here, as you can see, you have two types, main listing v2 and main listing item. So which one is it? So this one here, as you can see, it's called main listing item. So I'll go back here, main listing item, click on it, edit with Elementor, and this is our single listing. And like we said, you only need to design a single one. You don't need to design the whole list because it will fetch each item and display them as we have designed it here, okay? So first here, as you can see, we have the image, and then followed by some dynamic content, which is a dynamic link, permalink. So if you click on this item here, it will bring you directly to the landing page, and the same with your price and the button here. So let's go back here. And then if you click on this one here, you have all this information here. So this is an icon list. So you can add as many items as you want. And then all you have to do is click on it. You can display an icon and then fetch the field. So as you can see, it says 7 here. So this is the amount of passengers you can have, you know. And then the next one here, these are the doors, you know, so doors. And the same with this one here, how many luggages, luggage capacity, and then we have the fuel consumption here, okay? This is basically it. Now you can delete some or add one by clicking add item, and then you can select whatever it is, you know, so maybe, let's say the type of fuel, okay? So if you click on say, dynamic content, scroll down the page, and then this is custom fields, and you're going to select your field, okay? So if you go back here, as you can see, cars, and then we set the fuel type, okay? As you can see, gasoline, it will show up, and then you can change the icon, obviously, you know. So if you click on this, you can look maybe for petrol or maybe filling station. There you go. I'm going to select this and then insert, and there you go. This is your gasoline added, okay? So let's delete this for now. So this is how you can add your items. Now let's go back to our listings here and find one. Perhaps you have the body type here, hatchback or crossover. So this is a different type of information. You might want to add this to the front end so your visitors know exactly what type of vehicle this is, okay? So again, we go back here, and then we're going to select all our elements and just type dynamic, okay? So everything that's dynamic content starts with dynamic. So you have dynamic field, dynamic image, dynamic link, dynamic meta, and dynamic repeater and terms, okay? And for this, we're going to select the dynamic term because we're talking taxonomies here, okay? So grab and drop, okay? Just like this, just underneath, very good. And we can select which taxonomy we want to display. As you can see, they're all here basically, okay? So we have the body type, click on this. As you can see, now it's displaying properly. We can go to style, and then we're going to change maybe the color, okay? So in this case, we go to label, and then select the color, okay? So text color, we go for black, maybe like this. And we can change the font size as well. That's maybe a bit too big, you know? And for this, again, we go to typography and change the size. So maybe, I don't know, let's say 12 or 13, 12. Yeah, okay, let's try 13 maybe. And then we want to put here body type at the front. So we go to content, and we have the text before term. So maybe body type. Okay, and maybe you want to hide this if it's not non-existent. So hide value is empty, and then we can change body type as well. Maybe change the font. So we go back to style, and as you can see, we have the text before. And again, you go to typography here and change the size. So it was 14 for the other one, 13. So let's try maybe 14, okay? And we can change the color as well to jet black, just like this, okay? Very good. So this is basically how you can add and customize your single listing here. So click update. Let's go back to the front and let's refresh and have a quick look, okay? Very good. And as you can see, now you have the body type. So sedan, hatchback, and so on, okay? So this is basically how you can customize this. So if you go to your home page now, as you can see, you can select how many columns you want to display, how many post number you want to display, and where you fetch this from. And like we said, this is from the main listing item. So now how can you define that this is economy, this was an intermediate, and this one is standard, and so on? Well, very simply, if you scroll down the page here, you'll find a custom query. If you click on this, you can use a custom query and then query it as is, you know, as you can see, you have all these different queries. So where are these again? Well, you have to customize this yourself, obviously, you know. So again, we go back to our WordPress dashboard, and then we go back to Jet Engine and then Query Builder. And as you can see, you have different ones here: economy, intermediate, standard, luxury, and car. And if you go back here, this one selected economy for this this one here. If you click on this, and you scroll down the page and go to custom query, this one is intermediate, okay? So let's go back to this one and let's see how this is working, okay? So if we have the economy here, we go back here, click economy, So this is how you create it. You create the name, economy, query type, post query, because this is a post type. Here we are in the cars, obviously, you know. And if you scroll down, everywhere you see a small dot, that means there is a change made, okay? So tax query here is going to fetch the class. As you can see, you have the body type, location, and class. So this is the class. And the term should be economy, obviously, you know. If it's part of the economy class, well, that's your field. And then we have the same for intermediate. Again, if you scroll down the page, this time the term will be intermediate, and the same with the others, obviously, you know. And this is how you can customize this and display only listings that belong to the economy class, this one intermediate, and this one standard. Okay, so this is basically how this works. And then the last section of our page would be this one here, which is basically car insurance, road assistance, and best cost. To customize this, all you have to do is click on this, you know, change the icon. This is the title, this is the description. Now you can add as many things as you want. Obviously, if you click on this, as you can see, these are all the different elements which are called widgets. You can create any section here. So if I wanted to create a new section, I select Flexbox, and let's say maybe I want to add perhaps 2 columns, okay? And here I want to add maybe an image, and right there maybe a set of information, maybe about us or something like this, okay? All you have to do is go back here, select an image, drag and drop, and then here change your image. So I'm just going to select one at random here, so maybe a car like this one, okay? And then select. Very good. And then here I can add some text. For this you go to your widgets again, add maybe a heading. So here, about us, or maybe why choose us, you know. And then underneath this you can add your text, okay? So just like this, and then type your text here, and that's basically it, okay? So I'm just going to delete this for now, but it's just to show you how you can easily customize your page and add as many sections as you want. And once you're done, click update, and that's basically it. And then all we need to do now is to change the footer section. So the header is taken care of, is basically this, you know, this is our logo, and now we can change the footer section. So we go back to our WordPress dashboard, so exit out of this. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard, and then from here we go back to Crocoblock, theme builder, and we're going to fetch our footer. Okay, so click on those 3 dots and then edit content, and then here the first thing we're going to change is our logo, obviously. So click on this, I'm going to select the picture we uploaded early on, this one here. So select, and again grab the handle, and you can resize this accordingly, obviously not too big but not too small either. And then here we have a few internal links. So you can see this is all related to company. So if you click on this, these are icon list again, you know. So all you have to do is click on this. You can type the text here and then add the link to the page itself, you know. And obviously you can add as many as you want. So if I were to add another one here, maybe another link, okay, just like this. Now the icon, we're going to remove it, don't want it. And that's basically it, okay? So right here you put the URL. So I'm just going to put hashtag for now. And as you can see, for hovered on top, it's become a hyperlink. And then you can do the same with this one. You can link this back to maybe internal pages, like maybe your privacy policy or terms and condition, okay? So here you have to change your phone number and maybe your opening hours and your email address. Again, all you have to do is click on it, and it's as simple as that. And right here we have our social icon. So this is roughly the same principle as here, except this is for social media, obviously, you know. As you can see, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, maybe you want to add a new one. So click on this and then select the icon of the social media platform you want to link it to. So as you can see, you have all of these. So you have X, maybe you have an X account, insert, and then you put here the actual landing page, and that's basically it, okay? So this is how you can add your social media icons. Click update, and that's it. Basically, we're done with the home page. Very good. So next, now you want to get paid, obviously. So let's go through the checkout process here. So let's select location. So maybe Arkansas, search, and let's hire this one, for instance. Okay. So right now, we're going to select our date. So let's say maybe from the 27th to the 30th. And then right now, very good. So as you can see, this is part of WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is an e-commerce platform, and then this is going to help us to have a checkout and all the checkout process and all that. Okay. So as you can see, you have to fill out your details, scroll down the page, and as you can see, we don't have any payment method at the moment. Okay. So cash on delivery, pay with cash upon delivery. So this might work, you know, maybe you want to do so, or maybe you want to get paid immediately up front, you know. So if this is the case, we have to add a payment method. So how does this work? Well, again, we go back to the WordPress dashboard, we go to WooCommerce, we go to settings, and from here we go to payment. As you can see, I have 3 different methods: cash on delivery, check payments, or bank transfer. So you might accept cash on delivery. So it's just a simple booking. When they get on site, they can pay you there, either with a payment terminal or maybe cash, and then you can add a new payment method altogether. So if you wanted to get paid immediately online, what you have to do is to add an additional plugin. So for this, we go to plugins, add new. And right here, you're going to type WooCommerce followed by the payment method that you'd like to add. So maybe WooCommerce Stripe, WooCommerce PayPal, WooCommerce Apple Pay, and so on and so on. Okay, so I'm just going to type WooCommerce and then Stripe. Okay, as an example, because Stripe is a very popular one, but you can do the same with PayPal, obviously. Right? Very good. So this is our result. So you have a few here you can select from. So all you have to do is basically look at all the reviews, how many active installations they have. So the more you have active installations, the more reliable they are usually. As you can see, 800,000 plus here, and this one 100,000 plus. So this is my personal favorite when it comes to Stripe. I really like this one from experience, but feel free to select any of those, obviously. So let's go ahead with this one. So install now and then activate. And now we can go back to our WooCommerce settings. So WooCommerce settings. If you go back to payments, you will find all these additional payment methods. So this is basically for all of the world where you can accept Stripe. You have all these different payment methods, but the main one is this one here, credit card by Stripe. Okay, so if you click on manage and then you go back to your API settings, now you can link your account, obviously. So if you click to connect and then leave website, that's fine. You will open up the Stripe landing page itself. Now I'm already logged into my Stripe account, but it will ask you for your email address and password. Select the company that's attached to it, then connect. Now it's going to return to the WooCommerce page now. Very good. And as you can see, it's going to fetch the publishable key and secret key all at once. And if you want to enable test mode, this is basically it. So you can test your checkout process, and then once you're ready, you can go live. So we're just going to keep it as is for now, okay? So if you go back to the checkout here and then refresh now, as you can see, we have credit card payment. So if you click on this, now we can enter our credit card numbers. So with Stripe, if you want to test it, it's very simple. It's 424242424242 everywhere. And then any date in the future and any 3 CVC code. So let me fill this out quickly. So just like that, as you can see, everywhere is 4242 and then any date in the future, any CVC code. Okay, and then place order. Excellent. And as you can see, this is our confirmation. So we've booked the car now from the 27th of May to the 30th. This is a Ford Galaxy ×1, and this is the total cost. Okay, and this is the billing address. So that's our order and booking taken care of. And now if you go back to your WordPress dashboard, you go to WooCommerce, and as you can see, we received one order. Click on this, and right here we have our booking here. As you can see, David Gary placed an order for $208. And to see the details, all you have to do is click on it. As you can see, check-in, check-out date. And as you may have noticed, there is no detail. We don't know which car you actually rented, So what we need to do for this is actually go to booking. So the transaction is recorded here. You can see the Stripe payment. You can see the fee. So this is more for accounting purposes for your accounts, basically, okay? Now, if you go to bookings, this is your actual booking, As you can see, you have a Ford Galaxy and check-in, check-out. And as you can see, the status is in processing. So this is not related to the payment. This is related to the status of your booking, obviously. So they will only show up on Monday, on the 27th and back on the 30th. So until they show up in your office and actually at the location to rent the car, you're going to leave it in processing. So once they get there, you can edit this. And once they get on site, you can customize this, obviously, and change the settings. So here you be completed and then save this. And that's basically it. As you can see, the transaction is completed. Just to confirm that everything was paid and taken care of. Now, the last thing we need to do is to customize our email. So we go to WooCommerce, we go to settings. So you're going to obviously have to enter your address here and all of that, But apart from that, all you have to do is go to emails. Scroll down the page, and as you can see, this is from address. So make sure this is your name here and then your email address. And right there, as you can see, you have the footer section as well and the color. So let me show you the email I received. So this is the confirmation email that your customers will receive, and you will receive the same one as well, obviously, So by default, as you can see, you have the purple here, which is the WooCommerce branding color. So you can change this, obviously, So click on this, and then we're going to add maybe the dark blue that we have from our logo. Okay, so all you need is to change the hexadecimal code here. So this is our dark blue. And right here, as you can see, built with WooCommerce. Maybe you don't want to advertise WooCommerce altogether, Rango built with, you can delete this just like that. It will look more professional. And then perhaps you want to add your own header image here, so your logo basically. Okay, you can do so very easily. All you have to do is go to your media library. I'm going to open this in a new tab here, and this is the logo here. Okay, so fetch the URL here. So this, copy to clipboard, go back here, and then when you have the header image, just put the URL here and then save changes. And basically now you will have fully customized and branded emails. And to test this out, you can go back to your orders here, edit this one, and right here you can resend a new order notification. Then click this button here to send it. That's basically it. Now if you go to your mailbox, excellent. As you can see, we have our own branding now, our own colors, and we don't have the WooCommerce link anymore.